Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. So now we're with Wayne Parker from South Africa. As you can see though, he's in a USA shirt, and I suppose, here we go, it's a nice USA shirt, very, very cool. So he's going to give us a little bit of information about how a manager and coach from South Africa is with the USA team. One of the cool things is we're going to have some USA players that we'll interview through over the next couple of days, but there's some big names. I'll let Big Wheels here. He'll go on about it and he'll tell you about the players. Other than that, I really want to know, how is it you're in 3 different shirts every half an hour? That's probably more what I want to know mostly. But give us an idea and a rundown on what you're here for, what you're representing, the fellas that you're managing as well, because from back home we don't get a lot of managers in terms of teams. In the teams we send away we do, but a lot of the guys from home will know them from back in the day and on TV, and just give us a bit of an update how they are as people on and off the table, because we've only seen them on TV most of the time.
Good. Oh, thank you so much for having me, and welcome to all the viewers as well. It's an absolute honor and privilege to be at this event. It's a great event, spectacular event, great players, and not just in the USA team, but across all the countries, the organisers and all of that. It's really good. With regards to how a South African player is able to manage the USA team, I come from a artistic pool background, doing trick shots for many years. And I represented South Africa and Africa at the World Artistic Pool Championships in 2012 and 2013. That was in Philadelphia and in Vegas. Went to the World Class Masters Cup in China, in Shenyang, and competed there. Ended up 4th. And basically what it was, I met them there. I've known them for years. We've become good mates, good friends. The friendship around the artistic pool players is incredible. And it's really open. And Mike Massey, Tom Rossman, Steve Lillis, these guys are also involved in a GTS ministry called Gospel Trick Shots. And they oversee certain projects in Africa with water, digging wells for orphanages as well, a lot of community work. And I oversee that in Africa. So I'm connected with them on a consistent basis. It wasn't too long ago that we had USA approached to be able to get involved in this event. Steve Lillis accepted the position of president of the USA Blackball Association, and it wasn't a really short time. There wasn't much time to pull a team together. So what better than to pull the artistic pool players together, trick shot players, and they knew absolutely nothing about blackball at all. So they called their good mates in South Africa who knows about blackball, and they heard about blackball, and they asked me, well, hold on, Wayne, you need to help us with this. Can you guide us with the rules of blackball? And that's how I got involved. So for the last 3 months, I've been spending a lot of time on Zoom, teaching them the rules, teaching them strategy. We had McDermott cues, custom make them blackball shafts for their 9-ball butt cues as a hybrid cue. Yeah, so when they arrived at the event over here, which was 4 days ago, it was their first time that they ever touched a black ball table. We sent balls through to them, Aramith Pro Cup balls, and they practiced on those balls for the time being, got used to the rules. But just to answer the other question that you have as well, you see me in a South African shirt.
Yes.
Well, at the SA National, while this was all happening, I qualified at the South African National Championship to come as an individual player, not as a team player, or participating in a team event. So because I was not participating in a team event, I could use that time to manage them and coach them as well. So I'm the official coach and the manager of the USA team, and it was really exciting to teach them the rules and the spirit that they have, and the singing songs, encouraging other people. I think that there's no better team spirit than any other team than the USA team. Everybody would vouch for that, So, but really good fun, and that's why I'm changing shirts within the South African shirt, which is I play my singles and doubles in that, and then I use this to manage the US team when there's team events busy happening. And there's another shirt that you probably have seen me wear as well, which is the Horror shirt.
Yes.
And that's the one of the sponsors of this event, Horror, that formerly brought out the black Horror tip, breaking tip, which allows players to use for blackball. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I have seen you. Thanks for that. I have seen you in a few different shirts. The USA one is very, very cool. You are right that the USA boys are really getting into it. We've seen We've seen Mike Massey do a bit of a gallop. We've seen Dr. Q, Tom Rossman. He's done the giddy up. So yeah, the spirits seem pretty high, and they are honestly they are coming into this saying, look, we don't expect anything, but our expectations are high enough to hopefully achieve something. And you know, it's an interesting concept that we do see a South African manager for this, but you know, it seems to have been positive, and everybody else from, you know, Team South Africa, they know you, they speak to you, and Team America, and I suppose for the environment, a lot of people are coming up to them. It's some of them are the idols, you know, and you get to manage them, you get to coach them in a way.
I'll also, sorry to interrupt, but I'll also tell you that I did ask the South African board committee, Blackball South Africa, for grace for me to be able to wear a USA shirt as an SA or South African individual player, because it wouldn't look good if I was wearing a South African shirt with the USA team not having their manager dressed in the same kits as them. But this is the friendship and the spirit that is in this beautiful sport of blackball, is that teams are here to encourage each other, support each other, and it's really positive. And they said, no, it would not be right if you would not wear a USA shirt. So they told me, please wear a USA shirt and support them all that. And I will say it was great team spirit when USA plays against South Africa, which they're doing right now as we speak. And but they love each other. The team spirit is amazing across both teams, but that's what the sport is about. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Excellent. So you said you've actually competed in the trick shot championships and things like that. So you've actually played against these guys, and I suppose just like what we're doing now is you would have been friends with them a long time before now. So I guess tell me what it's like for yourself to be able to coach them in terms of not necessarily how they are, but you know, when you knew them as they were your opponent, now that you know them as a team member. How has that difference come about, and how has that changed things between you guys as a unit from two different countries, I should say?
Look, over the years we're family. That's what it is. We're family. It's your brother, and we're brothers. And I'll tell you, with regards to the coaching side of things, the terminology between the artistic pool and the 9-foot 9-ball table, coming to the 7-foot black ball table, the terminology is different. We call cushions, they call rails, and we call a bulk, they call it the kitchen. You know, we call it snookering, they call them hookem, to hook him behind a ball. You know, so there's terminologies like that we're to learn. So when I'm speaking to them, I have to firstly say that, and then I have to learn to pick up an American accent for them to hear me and understand me, because I was speaking a normal South African accent and they would not understand. So I would have to adopt the US accent as well. So when I'm speaking to them, I'll tell them, you know, okay, so you gotta play a ball down the rail, you know, and then they'll understand me, you know, instead of me trying to say, well, you know, try and roll it down the cushion, you know, they were like, what are they saying, you know? So the terminology we had to learn, and coming from the artistic pool background, it was a lot easier for me to understand the way of thinking. It's never been done in the history of Q Sports where a professional artistic pool players from the 9-foot table would come down to the 7-foot black ball table and compete with us at this level. It has never been done before, you know. So I will say the first half of the tournament, it was all about just learning. There's a lot of silly little mistakes been happening, playing into your opponent's ball and causing deliberate fouls, so some of the rules issues. But the team is settled down now, and I think this latter half is going to show the more competitive side of the team. So the team is going to really get that fighting spirit now. They know what it's about. They found their feet, and I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with that repertoire of shots that they have in their mind, bang shots and kicking shots, and bringing that into this game. You know, we're seeing a whole new fresh approach. I mean, I saw Tom Rossman playing 2 yellows, and I would think he'd rather snooker, but he played the yellow and banked the 1 yellow, and then he got into the other yellow, and then instead of snookering, he banked the other yellow and then cut the black in. And I said, Tom, why didn't you just snooker your opponent and then get a free shot? And he said to me, I got to teach him how to bank. You know, so it's a whole different mindset, you know, but it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, if you can see any of the American games, definitely rewatch those games. Get onto those streams. Have a look at how they're playing in terms of the blackball games, and see the difference where an American 8-ball or 9-ball player is thinking and playing those shots. And obviously, your coaching is going to help them to sort of manage that game and make that transition. You know, so anybody that gets a chance, definitely do it. They make the game really interesting, and I think what America are going to be doing for the game is hopefully going to be bringing a lot to what we've been trying to do for several years, sort of around the globe, hopefully.
One last thing.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow night, at a local club here around the corner here in Morocco called Mega Pool, probably around, I think that they're playing tomorrow 2, 4 and 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock they'll be done. So around 8:30, no, about 9 o'clock, they're going to be doing a trick shot show at Mega Pool, which I'm going to live stream off my Facebook page, The Q Coach. So people want to tune in and watch that whole trick shot show. You're going to see Mike, Massey, Thomas all in action on the 9-ball table. You know, so they're going to be giving away a cue for free as well to somebody that's over there. And so that's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yep. Well, if you are tuning in over those times, definitely have a look. What was the page again? Sorry, because we'll plug that.
Sure. It's on Facebook. It's called The Q Coach.
Cool. Yeah. All right, well, have a look, tune in. Hopefully we will also be trying to get some sort of stream going. I don't know if we'll share your page as you're streaming it. If you want to send over some free balls for me to practice on like you did with USA, I'm happy to. If you want to send over a free cue as well, because I have no idea what 9-ball cue to buy or American billiard cue to buy, but I'm sure if I'm given one, it's an easier choice. No. But hopefully we can see you guys next year for a lot more tournaments. It's really good to see USA here. It is a nice refresh. But there's a couple of Aussies that are wanting to go over to America. I know there's a tournament that we've spoken about in Las Vegas, which everybody loves Vegas, and also Atlantic City, I believe it is. There might be one or two around this time of year. So hopefully you can provide some information on that as we go, and you know, we'll see some more Aussies at the 8-ball, the 8-ball and the 9-ball stuff with the Americans.
Really good. Thank you so much for having me.
Brilliant. Thank you for the chat. Really
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cheers. All right, thanks guys. Have a look at the page. Have a look at the items that they've got all over the page as well. And to be honest, you know, just support the sport and have a look at the Americans. Have a look at what they're doing. And thank you for everything you are doing for us and what you are bringing to Blackball. We appreciate that.
See you guys soon.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.